everybody. Yeah, it's your main man again, Moki West, aka Gal Paul, aka Salon Paul. Here we come again, as the title is Bobi Wine. Why Bobi Wine is the people's president? Why do you think he's the people's president? Because of the many awards that have been won by him, determined him to be the people's president. He has completely satisfied the nation, I mean the world at large, that indeed is the man that is sent, just like Moses was talked about in the Bible. We're going, I mean, Mr. Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu, the elected president of Uganda 2021, November, it was 2021 January, but he wasn't sweared in by the illegitimate government of the dictator Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has encroached himself, or rather enforced himself to the people of Uganda for over 38 years. Can you imagine? 38 years has not left the people of Uganda the same. Imagine spending 5 years in a guerrilla war, a war that was meant to liberate Uganda. The so-called bad rule of Idi Amin Dada and Obote, the former presidents of Uganda. To remind you, Museveni went to fight the so-called guerrilla war or bush war because of the rigging of elections, of which Museveni was the last among the four. He wasn't the second, wasn't the third, but was the last. He went whereby Paul Kawanga Stumogere won the elections, but Obote decided to declare himself president again. So Museveni decided to go to war because of the rigging of elections. That meant the bleaching of the constitution of Uganda, meaning that he is supposed to be termed as a freedom fighter. But after when he fought and won the war, after 5 years, he didn't declare a proper election. He didn't organize an election to define who is to lead the country, but he declared himself president. For 38 years now, 39 years, say, Museveni is the president of Uganda. However much elections are won, the first was against Paul Kawanga Ssemwogerere. It is said that Museveni won. The second was against Dr. Kizza Besigye, who contested for 4 years, 4 terms, let me say, 4 times, of which they say that Besigye won all the 4 years, but the elections were rigged. And here comes a young man, a Messiah, a lamb without blemish, His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu, who has spoken to the people of Uganda for over 15 years through music. He has touched the hearts of the people of Uganda, and he has spoken the mind of the common man, in quotes, the ghetto people. Indeed, he has represented us, because I can't take myself from that. I am among the ghetto people, the people who had chance to education, but due to higher costs of education, never managed to complete or acquire our dreams in education. This education system, to remind you, is a system that is being led by the wife of the president of Uganda. I mean the illegitimate president of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, none other than Janet Kataha Museveni. You can imagine how the family has encroached the system. In an audio, the son-in-law to Museveni, said, we're gonna we're gonna lame we're gonna make the education system of Uganda lame by producing or giving curriculums that are not on standard. We have seen this. Many Ugandans have studied so high and no jobs have been acquired. The education system has favored the people of the same region, whereby even the marking system, you can see the central region has been the center of education where the origins of schools were set. To remind you, when the Europeans, I mean the British, came to Uganda, they concentrated in the central region where they built many schools up to now are still standing. We have the bishop schools and the universities. On top of that, the hospitals like Mengo Hospital. Many hospitals were built by the whites, and that's the central Uganda, which means education has been a pillar of the central. Now, to show you how these people have decided, how have proven their words by the recent Form 4 performance and Form 6 not yet out, but Primary 7. We've seen it, the undermarking of the people of the native Ugandans in favor of theirs. They are in the education system have schools that preach that them from the same region are made to be leaders and the natives are made to be subordinates. The peasants, the only the only blame is because Ugandans, that's to say Baganda, are wise people, they can live even on a single note. What does that mean? It's a system of isolation, discrimination of the highest order. This has not left the population the same. It has not left the native people the same. Many Ugandans have left their country. However much many Africans have left their countries. But if it is to do an analysis, you can find like 90% of refugees in countries like Western countries like America, UK, German, and others are Ugandans. Ask me why. I'm Ugandan too. They ask us all why. Who wouldn't like to live near their parents? Who would like to live near their families? But this is a system of divide and rule, a system of a system that has been subjected to corruption, favoritism, nepotism. Can imagine if you're not from their family, if you're not from the region, you will hardly benefit from the resources like land. The prices of land has been heightened to a point that a native is hard to acquire land now. Money is allocated to them in systems whereby the Speaker of Parliament is proven to spend 4 billion shillings, 400 million Ugandan shilling a week. 400 million Ugandan shilling per week. That amounts to I don't know how many dollars. And the poorest man can hardly live on a single dollar. You can look at the system, you can look at the police, you can look at the army, the infrastructure. These people sleep like pigs. The infrastructures that the police stays, the policemen and the policewomen stay, were built by Idi Amin, built on Bobi. Up to now, no renovations, just laggy, leaking houses. You can imagine the system. And these are the very people who are blinded to come hit Ugandans like cattle. shoot at Ugandans who demonstrate for their rights, increments in salaries of the policeman. A policeman lives on 30, let me say 300 Ugandan shilling, 300,000 Ugandan shillings. That is equal to 300 Ugandan shillings, that is equal to $100. You can imagine, you calculate the rent, however much it is free. You can calculate the, two kids have to go to school, they have to eat, the medication. There is no insurance for these people. But however much His Excellency tells them, I'm not fighting you, but I'm fighting for you. These people give a deaf ear and they still do the same. These are people who have been used to eliminate people who speak against the injustices. Native Ugandans are given high ranks, but to this pay, the payment is not upon the rank, it is upon where you come from. What are we here to do as Ugandans? What are we here to do as Africans? Where leaders we elect don't come to power, but the system appoints those who are obedient to them. Why not yet describe what the system is? Because we know. Why give a deaf ear on the injustice done to your neighbor? Will your neighbor stand with you when such injustices come to you? Why Africans lack solidarity? Others rejoiced when the late Colonel Muammar Gaddafi was eliminated, but the man was fighting for the liberation of Africa, Africa's own currency. To now Africa is to the dollar. What if we had our currency? What if we had a common trade? What if we had free movement? No colonial boundaries, borders, free movement of goods and services. The tax that we pay is more than the services that we receive. Where are we as people of color? Many of our brothers and sisters have self-hate. It is freedom of expression and freedom to speech, freedom to health. But our freedoms have been abused by ourselves, whereby because diseases to ourselves, many of our sisters don't like their color. They have gone ahead and changed their colors. They've gone ahead and changed their sex. It's okay, yes, but how about the repercussions? The surgeries have become surgeries to look the way they want to look. But at the end, the money is spent on medication. The health sector in Africa is too high, but we ourselves have not considered that. We've gone ahead and do self-destruction projects. We eat food that we know is not healthy, and we leave out the organic food. We are blind to ourselves. We are insecurities to our own families. Look at how relationships are breaking up. Distrust. But I don't blame anyone because I know it's a design system, a system of poverty, a system that allows us to spend all that we've earned for, all that we've worked for, with our power, with our energy, only to save a life. We spend it all in the hospitals at a time of clutching the straw, which we know we live in. Death has been paid to fear, and we forget that death is a command. There's nothing that is constant like change. Change is the only constant. However much you fight this, the change is you will change to death. On tomorrow, we have to die. Hmm? So do whatever you do as an African in consideration to what you have for when life is gone. Because life on earth is life indeed. And whatever you do is for your future. And your future is your blood. We admire people who have died and till now still win awards. Men like Bob Marley, men like Tupac Shakur. What were their values? Values to emancipation, liberation of the brain, liberate your soul from mental slavery. No one else will liberate you. So, fellow people, we might be discriminated or we might identify ourselves as people of color, but we don't have different blood. You might be Chinese, you might be American, you might be European in any country, but you have the same blood. We are one. Let's try to work, make the world a better place. Let us try and see how we can change from good to better, not from bad to worst. Because what you do, you're doing it for the little ones who can do nothing now until then. So let us lay a foundation with examples from the living, men like Mr. Bobi Wine, the people's president. Today speaking, he has just won the Green Carpet Fashion Award. Mhm. Award that has been presented by the chairman of the United Nations. Is yet to win the Oscar Awards that is due the 10th of this very month, 2024. This is March. What lessons do we learn from the living legends? What he can do, you can do it too. A journey of 1,000 steps begins with one step. You can choose to change. You can choose to remain constant. And tell people about people who changed that you lived with, how much you knew them, and you understand how it feels to wish you walked with them. So let's walk with the wise and be counted. Mother Africa, where are you? There's no Mother Africa without you. I'm talking to you who's watching me right now. Embrace your nature, embrace your mother, Africa, and make proud to the people who give birth to you. And let the people who give birth to you understand the generations change, and let them be dynamic to accept change. Elders can learn from the young ones. is not constant. Let us empower each other. Let us support each other as people who want to be better. People power is always our power because it is the power that originates from the people. And the people are you. Everybody, you are the people to choose. You are the people to decide. So you have the power. Without you being healthy, there's nothing you can decide. When you die, everything will be decided for you. So take this time as you're breathing, as you can make a choice or a decision to say, enough is enough. It's time to move to the good, to the better, to the best. I'll not forget to say thank you so much, Mr. Chagulanyi Sentambe, for representing us. Thank you so much. We are proud of you as Ugandans. We are proud of you as East Africans. We are proud of you as Africans. And we are proud of you as the people power fraternity. People power, our power. And this goes to my fellow youths. The people who have made it have not come from the sky. The people who are making it have not come from the sky. Let today be day one. Stop waiting for one day. My name is Moki Weyers. I greet you all and salute to everyone who understands and who can learn from other people's mistakes. Let today be day one. Let's make a change that we badly need. We are the people who will be talked about if you walk a walk of austerity. Stoicism is a philosophy that can enlighten your sense and can grow your future mind and your generation because you are the chosen generation and this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I rejoice to be alive and I rejoice to be watched by people like you. Where will I be without you? God bless.